All right, back tonight, you're in focus. The future of the Endumeni Mayor Siyabonga Ndlovu is uncertain following a motion of no confidence filed by the Democratic Alliance in the KwaZulu-Natal municipality. One of the grievances includes claims that he sleeps through meetings, a statement he disputes. This week, he was reportedly seen falling asleep during a virtual executive committee meeting. Let's unpack this further with Saleem Abdool, the DA Endumeni caucus leader. Saleem, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. The motion of no confidence against the mayor has not been withdrawn. It's going ahead, and one of the issues that you are raising is that he sleeps in council. He says, no, he doesn't. Well, what are you basing this motion of no confidence on?
Good evening to you and good evening to your listeners. It is indeed a pleasure to be on your station. It is indeed correct, and I can say this very categorically, that he's napping, he's snoring, is a perpetual habit that is continued in all meetings. As recent as Monday, we have the clip. He's been snoring. He commenced with a very low rhythm and then built up momentum and was snoring and was out of the meeting as chairperson for a substantial period of time of almost 3 minutes.
Sure. Was he on medication? Did you inquire what would have been bothering the mayor?
No, we've always asked him, and he always has alluded that he is in good shape, good health. So he has never shared any of these problems of sleeping with us.
So now, there are, of course, more serious issues of interfering in the administration of the municipality, the staff disciplinary procedures, abuse of power, as well as municipal funds. Just articulate a little bit for us on those issues that you're saying are a myriad number of mismeanders that have got to do with the mayor.
Well, firstly, he has absolute no regard for his position as the mayor. He has brought the entire Endumeni municipality to its paralysis. We have engaged with him on numerous occasions. We have assisted him as a democratic alliance, as we have a working relationship for service delivery with the Inkatha Freedom Party. But he doesn't care. He's not prepared to engage. He even avoids us when we want to have joint caucus meetings. The last caucus meeting that we've had with the mayor, honorable mayor has been present, was some way going back in December last year, number one. Number two, he does not subscribe to the ethos of the 3 spheres of governance in respect to the Systems Act, the Structures Act, and the Municipal Finance Management Act. He does as he pleases. The other aspect that he's brought our Endumeni municipality to total disrepute is that he doesn't hold exco meetings timeously. I had to write to the speaker on many occasions. Like, for example, beginning of this year, that was in February, on the 23rd was the last EXCO meeting. Thereafter, the next EXCO meeting was at the 30th of July this year. Now, that is absolutely against the prescription. Furthermore, as chairperson of the Finance Committee, his Finance Committee doesn't sit regularly. For example, in July, his Finance Committee didn't sit. So what this does, it brings all these matters clogged up and he just parachutes them straight to council, not going through the processes whereby it needs to go through the normal portfolio, then coming to EXCO, and thereafter going to full council for deliberation and debating.
Yeah. Now, have council being furnished with any of the reasons, for example, especially around the hired vehicle, which is costing the council to tune of 440,000 or at least 30,000 rands in fuel a month as well, as a mayoral car. Is there a reason sitting with council as to why the mayor is using that hired vehicle?
Right. The mayoral vehicle had gone for repairs, and he chooses not to have the designated driver. The designated driver is not the one that knows how that vehicle should be driven, number one. Number two, his office has been unilaterally changing his vehicles, and being a part-time mayor, it is very much noticeable that he just uses the vehicle as he feels like. For example, his fuel bill last month was 22,000 rands. Now, from his home to his workplace is 20 kilometers return. Of this entire mileage that he's using with the fuel that has been consumed, it is very, very irrational and unacceptable to understand that he has done so many official trips.
Yeah. Now, this is not the first time the mayor would be facing a motion of no confidence. The ABC, I believe, would have brought a motion of no confidence previously, but that didn't go well. He survived with 7 councillors voting against his removal, while 6 supported the motion by ABC. You are one of those who voted against his removal, and you sided with the ANC. Why do you think the ABC is going to support your vote this time?
Well, at that point in time when the motion was presented, it was basically a very weak motion. On that motion, there was a lot of indications of allegations. Now, this motion that we brought out has got substantial evidence of his misconduct, which I can go on to list, and his total interference in the administration has been gaining momentum, and he's been accelerating the process. And he seems to indicate to everyone that he is untouchable. Coming to the fuel, he said it very clearly on the 30th of August in council that no council or no councillors will tell him how to use the fuel. He'll fill and use the fuel as he feels like. Now, this is contrary to what he's supposed to do, because it is wasting the ratepayers' money.
And in terms of interference, you're saying he's interfering in disciplinary procedures?
Yes, for example, there were 4 officials that were suspended when we had come into office. He brought them back. Furthermore, he went to further on appoint the CFO by his persistence last year in July. The very same CFO had walked away in 2017 with a 960,000 settlement, with the exclusion of the performance bonuses. In spite of that, he was adamant that this is the person that will be employed and nobody can question it.
Yeah. And these are decisions that are supported by the ANC. Of course, they are supported by the IFP's party, but is the ANC also in support of these decisions?
Well, it has come out very clearly since the corporate director's position was about to be filled. There too, there was a total interference by the mayor, who wanted the person who was ranked number 2 to be employed. And he has had the full support of the ANC and the ABC. And on many occasions, he has voted with them. To give you another example, on the 30th of August, he moved for a 17.6 million rand write-off on an item that was presented by the CFO. Number one, the resolution taken on that item, he moved for the acceptance, and he was seconded by the ANC.
Sure.
Number two, that item had no item number. Number three, how can one move for the write-off of such an amount when you have your audit committee as well as your municipal manager giving you guidance saying this amount must not be written off? But in spite of that, he adamantly went ahead. Now, something has come to light today. This 17.6 million write-off is not actually the true amount. It is very much less than that because these amounts reflect on the financial, on the bank statements.
Yes. So what is the true amount now that you have uncovered?
Well, it's very much less than that. I don't have the accurate amount, but this is something that I was just informed about this today as an ExCo member.
Yeah. Now, how confident are you? I mean, you've been trying to have this motion sit for a while, at least from early September. So how confident are you that it's going to sit?
Well, it's put out there. The issues of contention have been forwarded to the respective caucus leader as well of the IFP. The Democratic Alliance, our provincial office, has also been informed of all these problematic areas. And unfortunately, we cannot be holding umbrella ongoingly at the expense of this irresponsible behavior of the mayor.
All right. Saleem, much appreciated. Thank you. Let's leave it there for tonight. We are going to reach out to the mayor and let's hope that he'll grant us an interview and come and respond to some of these issues. Saleem Abdool, DA Endumeni caucus leader there on the motion of no confidence against the mayor. Let's take a break. In Focus continues shortly.